Okay, welcome to this presentation of middle school offensive line. We're going to cover power today. I'm Coach Brandon Cooper, assistant football coach at Lee County Middle School West. So, if you watch the basic information for middle school video, this is just a refresher where you can look at the gaps again, the head up techniques, even number, inside shade techniques, outside shade techniques. Now let's get to basically we're going to go with a gap covered uncovered rule. So this applies to the play side only. You're going to combo the level 1 defender if no level 1 defender is in your gap. So an example is right here. We did tackle and guard. And basically with this, he is covered. It will be a head up or outside shade and nobody in his gap responsibility, but he's responsible as backside linebacker. We can go on and combo. So basically, he will be the post man coming up here, eyes over here on the linebacker, driving this 3 technique out in this example, and basically, as soon as he sees him scraping or fitting, coming up when he gets near, comes off. If for some reason you cannot come off and you're having trouble with this 3 technique, we'll just try to make them run the bubble and we'll adjust accordingly. Okay? So basically, the drive man is going to be the one that's committing the down block in the double team. He's going to keep his feet moving. He is always going to stay on this level 1 defender right here. He is never coming off. The moment he tries to come off, for some reason, this defender is going to be right here to make the play. Now, no combo with level 1 defender in gap. Okay, so I'll do an example of this. So basically, this would be with a head up on the center, but it could be a 1 technique as well. So basically, with this, you're basically just solo blocking, or for a gap scheme, we'll probably just call it gap without the combos. Gap, gap, gap. And with that, basically, he is going to down block. He's going to down block the 0 technique. Now, if backside guard is covered, center will back block and not combo. So with that, thinking about the rules, and let's see if I put it in here. I did not. I was thinking about it last night. Um, so basically, with this being this backside guard, if he is covered 2I, 2, or a 3, we're back blocking automatically. If not, we can possibly combo. And again, we may adjust game plan wise depending on the ability of the 0 technique as well. But usually, and I'm fixing to go over the rules right here to explain this. Well, our power play side tackle is play side B gap to backside linebacker. If there's a Mike, the tackle would take him first in a stack, and you will see this in examples in a few minutes. Play side guard will take the play side A gap to backside linebacker. The center back block backside AB. We'll see an example of that. Sometimes that may change depending if it's a odd man front, uh, like odd or stack. Backside guard pull wrap. He is going to be the leave 2 man, and we'll get into that in a few minutes. The backside tackle post hinge BC. Okay, so this is just the basic diagram right here where you can see about how everything kind of fits your general rule that we just covered. here, and this is basically a fullback is strength is to the left. This set right here, we have a left call. Left indicates the tight end is attached to the line, and the fullback right here is in a strong position. And again, the fullback, the way we're going to set up our power with that, the fullback will be on the side that we're running to. All right, power right, same thing. The leave one defender is the end man on the line of scrimmage. Fullback has him. Leave two is the first backer in the box, in our tackle box, and that's leave two. On our power right, we see right means the tight end or the Y is attached, aligned to the right side of the formation, with the fullback over here in a strong set as well. And don't worry, we're going to have counter basically, so if we're getting keyed on by the defense, we're ready. Okay, this is power versus odd front. Again, we covered this already. Here's basically your rules where you can see the diagrams very quickly. Same principal rules. So if you start, we'll start with fullback. Fullbacks leave one. The play side tackle, there's nobody inside of him in level one defender in the C gap. He scrapes tight, going on down to the backside linebacker, and I try to color code these keys basically to make it a little bit easier to kind of follow. The play side guard, which is the left guard in this case, will basically be covering the nose, which is the A gap defender. In this example, we can try to combo. We can ace it. The center is going to eyeball that backside linebacker. And due to alignment, we're going to try to just hinge with the right tackle. Since he's the backside tackle, we're going to try to hinge with him. And hopefully can take care of that four technique. If we're having trouble with it, and the four technique is backdooring the pulling guard, basically getting in his hip pocket and penetrating and hitting the running back in the backfield, then we may have to adjust and just go gap over there with them. And the center would then have to take the AB. And we would not even try to ace it at all. The backside guard, which is the right guard in this case, will go to the leave two backer, in the box. And that's power left, odd front. Okay, when we have a tight end in, that may change your front somewhat. They can adjust or whatever, but the rules should help us with that. So we just doing an example. We just kept the lineman basically head up techniques in this odd front. Most likely, since the first diagram we looked at was a too high look, they're going to probably go to a single high safety look. Drop the other backer right down here. As you see, they'll drop him right here to be the force player. They'll bring the other one in a 9 technique. And with this now, the tight end, the Y, has somebody in his gap. Okay? The tackle is still covered. So in this case, we're going to run a tray combo. This is tight end tackle combo. We're going to try to do it 4 technique to this backside linebacker. We're going to drive him as soon as we see him scraping over here. The tackle, the postman, will come off and block him. Remember, if you're the drive man, the outside man, doing the down block, you will never come off in our gap scheme. We're going to try to ace the nose again. The backside tackle will hinge BC. All right. And on the play side, as we see right here, leave 1. The F will kick the leave 1. The backside guard will wrap for leave 2. So you can see it right here, same thing as in the first diagram, the power right. Again, we'll try to ace it. And if we have problems with the backside or a blitz or whatever, the center will have to let the guard know, gap, gap, gap. All right, the power right, again, right set, tight end attached. We're going to trade this. We're going to try to ace this. And you see the rules do not change as well for this. Now we're going to look at power versus stack front. Pretty much the same as the odd front, except now you're going to have 3 linebackers inside. So very quickly, the play side tackle, no defender in his gap, climbs. Now the Mike linebacker, which is in the middle, becomes the backer he has to take first. He has to take the first backer that we do not block inside. So in that case, with three linebackers inside, you have to block this Mike backer. That he would be your first backside linebacker, I guess you could say, to make it very simple as I can. And then we're going to try to still ace it. The center is still checking for a big gap blitz. Otherwise, he's going to try to combo to this backside linebacker right here. You see right here. Everything else is pretty much the same as before. With the tight end now, if the stack, for example, does not adjust and bring a man down, and basically stays in basically 3 level 1 defenders, you basically can arc the tight end to block the overhang. That would be the only difference in that one. Again, you see it from the right side. Same principles we just covered. See power right with the tight end, right call in the formation. Now let's get to our basically 4-man fronts right here. All right, power left. So basically, same thing. Fullback is the kicker. Leave 1. In this case, now we have a 3 technique. We're going to combo. We're going to do sit. That is tackle guard combo. 3 technique to backside linebacker. Remember, your drive man never comes off. He's your down blocker. He never comes off. It's your outside blocker. The postman's the inside blocker. Again, he's eyeballing. He scrapes. He can come off. If we cannot secure this double team, we will not slip, meaning come off. We will just stay on it and make him run the bubble if necessary. That may be a game-to-game decision as far as that on the sideline. And remember, with even front, the center is uncovered, so he automatically back blocks the 2-eye, guard pulls, leave 2, backside tackle, hinge, B to C. Now with the left, and we're assuming that the end now is just moving into a head up 6 technique on the tight end, but it's still our B gap defender. Basically, your blocking rules don't change. The tight end can arc release on the overhang in that one, and it may even open up a play action pass for you as well with a faking the power and throwing maybe a vertical to the Y or tight end. Oops. I went a little too fast on that. Sorry about that. All right, power right. Basically the same rules we covered with the power left versus even. And with our right formation, power right, even front, same thing. Over front, this is basically your same rules. The only thing is the angle is different for the center. The nose is now lined up in a one technique. Still same rules as well. Deucing the three technique to backside linebacker. Same thing for power left. It's good to know some of this because of angles, maybe just a slight angle, so you may have to adjust. But the over and even, the only thing is you got the level one A gap defender, so you just have to adjust your angle center as far as that. Under front, I'm not going to really expect to see this as much from the defenses. Most of them are going to run some kind of over even front with a three technique to the strength side, but there's a chance we could. I'm going to expect this more with the tight end adjustment we're going to look at. So, because you see the angles, you're basically gapping everything right here. So, defensively, I'd be like, this was not a good run fit for me personally. So, if we go left formations, our formations left, power left, we now see it basically turns into an eagle front, which is basically an old 50 front. You're going to walk up the backer in this case. So he will be lined up in a 9 technique. Now, this changes up stuff. So with that, we have a 5 level 1 defenders. The F now will block the 9 technique, the backer that walked up. We're going to run a tray combo, tight end tackle combo on the 5 technique and the backside guard. We are still going to basically gap or down block the 1 technique to the strong side, back block the 3 hinge on the back side, and the wrap 2, the leave 2 defender will be the play side backer, and our backside guard will pull and block him. Again, this is from the right, and this is a right formation, uh, power right that way. And I would expect most of your over and even fronts to adjust to that automatically. So I would expect this to possibly be one of the main schemes we see. If not, then they just opened up some major angles for us. All right, the last front we're going to cover, and we've not seen much of, is the bear front. Everybody is basically covered. And it'll adjust when you have a tight end as well. So for this, we are gapping your inside gap, 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 gap. Okay? We're going to make this backside linebacker run the bubble. Still have our leave 1 and our leave 2 right here. We're going to make him run the bubble. Most likely, we would probably try to run some kind of play action or RPO to basically get them out of the spare front. It is strictly to basically stop the run. Right here, same thing. We're still gapping. Now, with the tight end is going to the backside linebacker. Our leave 1 becomes now the 9 technique, because probably most likely they're going to widen this 5 out to a 9 and keep everybody else tight inside, trying to make sure everything goes to the outside and prevent any inside runs. Okay, you see the power right versus bear front. And then you see our right formation, power right with that. And again, I'm going to try to have these posted on Google Classroom for you to have as well. And I'll tag in our play call play calls for the power. If power right, power left, I'll have that for you as well in Google Classroom at some point, and as well as our particular formations we run. Okay, this concludes our presentation. Thanks for watching. I hope the presentation helps you understand a simple way to block power. That's the main thing. Created this video Friday, June 28th, 2024.